Positioning is something I always talk about in my guide videos, and as a core concept to improve and become better, then positioning is usually overlooked. So after I got a comment about making a guide about this, I decided I had to now. So welcome to the complete 2023 guide of positioning to make you guys improve even more going into 2023. Positioning is a crucial part of you winning your aim duels and fights. You can utilize your understanding of this concept to get an edge over your opponent in the next gunfight you will be in. Well, let's dive deep into the world of positioning in CSGO. As you all know by now, we have to start with the fundamentals you have to be familiar with to utilize positioning to the fullest. Map knowledge. Map knowledge decides how you should position yourself. Map knowledge is a broad topic, but for positioning you have to know the ins and outs of the maps. I usually call this the entry and escape theory. What I mean is to learn all the way you can escape if the enemy pushes you, and know all the position the enemy can enter from when they're on sight. This will help you pick the best position where you can only be spotted from one angle at a time. The other is to learn the most common position of the map where CTs and Ts like to play from. This will help you utilize off angles and how to pick the best angles of the map. Decision making. Then it's your decision making and how to make a decision for the position you play. In many cases, your decision making comes from the information you have gathered throughout the game from the enemy. Where do they play, how do they play, and how do they execute in set rounds. Then as well as your knowledge of how the map is being played in general, how do the default look like, how does the execute look like, where is utility coming from, and how will you be peaked. All of this will help you make the best decision to where you want to place yourself every round. And this is a lot to take in, but with practice it will start to become second nature for most of you. Enemy movement. The other to look at when we talk about map knowledge is the timing of where the enemy can be at any given time. Here you have to learn the depths of spawn timing, how the enemy move, what are being covered by your teammates, and what map control do the enemy have. As an example of this, Mirage B-side balcony can be a good spot, but if the enemy have shortened jungle, out of the blue this position might not be that good anymore, and playing bench would have been better. So even though the position was good, if the enemy moves in a different way and gets too much map control, a good position will out of the blue be rendered useless. So the enemy usually dictates where you should play. Angles that are good and bad. This part is to understand what makes an angle playable or unplayable. There are many factors here. The main ones are cover, fallback, and support. Cover refers to the question, if I get pushed, can I go to cover somewhere? So a position like in the open on Inferno mid might not be so good, since if you get pushed you can't really get to cover fast enough. Fallback is all about the ability to run away and choose a new position. If you get pushed in overpass and you are playing con, you will have the option to run toilets, but if you play banana aggressive on Inferno and get pushed, the fallback is not as easy. The last is support. Pick a position your teammate can support you in. This can be in how they position or what util they have to help you and support you. Off angles or not. If you don't know, there are ways to play the same position, and that's to pick an off angle. This means to put yourself in a position that is not being checked or is being checked by someone pre-aiming a different one. This can be underground does too, but a little bit out of the box in underground instead of behind it. When a T is swinging it, he will be aiming and looking behind the box, and you are forcing them to waste valuable time adjusting their crosshair. This can be good since it usually allows you to get more kills if the position is not even checked, like sandbags on Inferno. Flexibility. Flexibility in your position is important. This is all about how flexible you can be in your position. What this means is that if you play a position that allows you to peek from multiple angles, it's better than let's say cubby corner and Inferno long, where you can only swing the enemy and a Molotov will be enough to force you out. A good flexible position is to play pit in Inferno or backside on B Mirage. Even though smokes, nades and Molotovs comes, you can change your position and still have impact, so make sure your position is flexible. Information dictating your position. The information you have decides how you position yourself. If you want to play mid-sight on Mirage but you don't have any mid control, ramp control or palace control, this position is not good. Here it will be better to play from CT. The information you get from rounds, teammates and yourself will be a bigger factor into making sure you take the right position every time. A good way to practice is to write down where you played, when you died, and see in the demo why. Like, why could you not play under roof on Inferno when you had no apps control? This will help you understand how much the information you have dictates where you should and shouldn't play. Sounds on every map for afterplant. A place where I see good position fall flat is after the bomb have been planted. Here people start to run around like headless chickens, not knowing where to be positioned. Here I use the concept of zones. Divide the site into zones, and when the bomb have been planted, you are not allowed to leave your zone you are in, unless you have to. This minimizes all the places you can position yourself and will help you eliminate all the choices and narrow it down. Do this the next time and your afterplant will be better. Well, now that we talked about the fundamentals for positioning, we need to look at how you can train your positioning. The best way to train is demo reviews and see how you and other players position themselves in these categories. Early round, execute based rounds, mid rounds, positioning after information, late rounds and solo holds. These scenarios will help you all understand how to position yourself. Well, that was all I had for today and I hope this helped. If you need coaching or anything CSGO related, check my Medify profile and join my Discord. Thanks for watching.